Okay, according to my calendar, today is September 28th. It's only been fall for 6 days, John. You took fall break last week. What's up?
Man, I had prior commitments and I thought today would be a special day. Although we are filming this a day in advance, fans just want to let you know.
Wait, don't let them know our trade secrets?
But for real, in all seriousness, we had to get a birthday boy out of the house.
Who's that?
Ryan Clark.
Oh, cameraman.
Yeah, the cameraman.
You gotta work on his birthday?
Hey, he's the legendary Phil Clark's son.
Yeah, we don't make Phil Clark work on his birthday, but we're gonna make Ryan work. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. Yeah, right.
I've always told him by reliable sources, Dad, to get him out of the house.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, he's the big 3-3 today. Happy birthday, Ryan, by the way. 33. 33, but oh yeah, we gotta get back to you. You missed last week, so what's our solution?
And we're gonna do a combination of 2 weeks together, I guess.
So there's gonna be 2 JS reports?
No, just one.
But you wanna combine it
into one. Because there was exciting action both weeks, right?
Okay. Well, y'all got double deuce coming.
Welcome back to another JS report on a special birthday edition for Ryan Clark. Happy birthday. Oh, back to the preps. Sorry, guys. Let's just talk about some key games that I saw on first week, or week 5 edition. You saw good old Houston 42, Whitehaven 7, Arlington 14, White Station 13. The battle of the brothers and Saints, Pittsburgh prevailed 16-12 in that one. Munford a huge win, 61-14, and then Millington on a huge win, 14-6 over Bolton. And Tom Sellers will be joining me next on a recap of the Millington-Bolton game. Of the JS report alongside with Thomas Sellers again. Thomas, the Millington-Bolton game, low-scoring affair, 14-6. Millington got a huge district win over Coach Marshall and the Wildcats.
Well, it puts them to 1-1 and keeps them in the running for a home postseason game in a very competitive league. You know, there was a good game. That 14-6 score, there were opportunities by both teams, but crucial turnovers, big defensive plays stepping up. So it was an entertaining 14-6 score.
I believe Q came back in at quarterback for his first game that week.
No, he his first time starting, but he came back, took most of the reps against Fayette Academy, and then this is his first time starting against Bolton. You can tell the timing with the receivers is getting there. They took another step in the right direction this past week in an aerial shootout with North Point. So the Millington offense, once the passing gets down, will be a very scary and formidable foe throughout October, November.
What game in that area, or what game in our coverage area, week 5 and week 6 together, kind of surprised you?
Houston the last couple of weeks. Houston has firmly established themselves as a contender in that tough region, 8-6A. Young Whitehaven team this year, they're still giving everybody some competition, but this is your year to give Whitehaven. Collierville the champs. They are proving that they're worthy champions because they're taking everybody's best punch and surviving it. Germantown, your luck runs out after a while. You have to get that offense finely tuned, but they got the weapons. They can go on a scary run. But another team that's surprising me in that league, Bartlett. Bartlett is proven to be very competitive. You know, they're ready for their tough schedule. That Lausanne victory just got them jump-started, and they're not an easy pushover. And Arlington is making a little noise, but yeah, it's a very competitive league as usual. But Houston, I wouldn't be surprised if they're the champions when it's all said and done.
Yeah, talk about Houston real quick. They're averaging like 30-plus points a game the last 2 games. They played Germantown. They beat Germantown 35-24 last week in week 6. And then they used a good weapon in Chandler Day to brought Rice to 6'10" tight end / receiver. Pretty much the receiving core is playing up to par lately. And that's what you need for the Mustangs, actually, for them to go far. and they're using him as a weapon in 6'10".
Well, you left out a key person and key ingredient, Damon Cisa. The running back, as he goes, that team will go. And Day is a great dual threat quarterback. He can give you about 100 yards on the ground and give you 200 in the air. And then you got a great safety valve, just throw up to a guy that's 6'10", just in a little fade around the corner. They have weapons galore, but the defense is proven and they're getting steady and steady. They're putting me in mind of Collierville's team last year, where the defense just got better and better and the offense could beat you in so many different ways. So those Mustangs are riding high right now.
Yeah, you talk about their running game. That's a key, like you said, in their success the last 2 weeks as well, running over 200 yards against Germantown. He kind of reminds me of a player back in the day for Bolton High School named Victor Robinson for the size.
Oh, yes. Mr. Robinson, we're going back to the 04-05 era, but the Kraft twins were on defense there, and just a powerful runner, but then got breakaway speed. But only difference is Damon is a little short. So, but that makes him hard to find behind that big line that he has. Then by the time he's still at number 10, he's skirting by you and gone.
And again, how about this Munford defense the last 2 weeks as well? I know he played Dyer County, but Dyer County always scores a lot of points, in the regular season against whoever they play. But Braxton Sharp, Jordan Bell, Isaiah Cobbs, the whole pretty much offense and defense clicking on all cylinders still for the Munford Cougars, who are still undefeated.
Well, yeah, and he left out Jace Hodgins, the senior speedster athlete. Isaiah Cobb has been a great addition, going down the field. Bell is a mature junior quarterback, and Braxton Sharp is battle-tested. But the Munford defense is going to be the key, and they're going to help them run away with that Region 8-5A this year. And I'm sure Coach Slade Calhoun is not going to let them just, get the big head. He has a great way of humbling them. But right now, it's theirs for the taking. When they take people's best punch, they adjust. So the coaching staff is doing an excellent job out there in Munford. They adjust, and then you see them pulling away from teams in the second half. So it's mixing up to be a good run for them and putting everybody on the other side of the region on notice.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Take 3 edition with the JS report. Give some players some shout out, some love, and some coaches. First of all, to give congratulations to Bobby Austin of the NUS Owls on his 200th career victory. Angel Perlmutter, SBA soccer player, scored a goal against St. Agnes this week. Shout out to her, and a 1-0 win over St. Agnes. Andre Allen for Houston Mustangs defense, 10 tackles and 1 interception in week 6. Brady Weatherly, 8 tackles, 3 for a loss. And then Chase Manning, 6 tackles as well in that week 6. Adrian Glover for Collierville, 18-24 for 230 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the Collierville win 26-21 over Whitehaven. And a shout out to my cousin Hudson Tucker, freshman quarterback at Briarcrest, who they won the game against Wooddale 42-6 this past week. 6-10 for 89 yards and a touchdown pass for a long of 28 yards for that touchdown pass. And then there's also a player named Reed Linder who passed the career reception leader is now the career reception leader at Briarcrest for the Briarcrest Saints. So congratulations to these players and coaches this past week. All right, guys, my final take of the week. Let's give some. I'm not gonna do my top 10 this week just because I'm interested to see how other writers and sportscasters across the state, see other teams as well. So I did look at their top 10 regarding what they thought, across the state as well. So let me start out with the AP Tennessee top 10 and 6A. First of all, I'm trying to figure out why Germantown with 1 loss has dropped out. Could it be maybe because the Division II teams that they played are really maybe not up to par? But to me, when you beat Christian Brothers, when you beat MUS, who else did they beat? Just to name those 2, they should basically still be in the top 10 in my opinion. I know Division II ain't strong this year on the west side, but when you still beat those 2 teams, I still think you deserve a top 10 ranking. Carville's number 2 this week, and Houston is in there at top 10 now at number 7. 5A, you still got Munford at number 4. 4A, the local team we got here is Craigmont. So congratulations to Coach at Craigmont and his Chiefs as well in their top 10 ranking, coming in at number 10 this week. 3A, you got Covington still at 3. And then you get Raleigh Egypt Pharaohs some love as well at top 10. This guy's alma mater over here, Thomas Sellers. But number 5, 2A, you got Fairleigh at 6, and then you got Freedom Prep at number 8. 1A, you got Mace. So Coach Miller and the Mace still up there in top 10. And then a new team in the top 10 ranking this week as well in 2A, or 1A, I'm sorry, is Halls. Thomas and I have brought up Halls in previous shows, and this is an improved Halls bunch. So congratulations to Halls. And 2A, you get Nobody Local. Double A, you got Lausanne, who's still number 3. And then the Triple A, you got Nobody as well. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be crunch time, toward the end. This is week number 7 now. It's hard to believe it's already week number 7 coming up. And there's some key games, for a lot of teams that can be basically based on seeding in the weeks ahead. So, see y'all next week for the JS Report.
Okay, so here's my portion of the JS Report. We're doing the Dynamic Power 10. And since my friend took his fall break, I had to do week 6 recap. We had Collierville 1, Germantown 2, Munford 3, Houston 4, Covington was 5, Bartlett was 6, MUS was 7, Christian Brothers came in at 8, Arlington was number 9, Millington was number 10. So how does the top 10 shake out in the dynamic poll this week? Remember, Dynamic Physical Therapy, they're moving and they're expanding, but got great locations up there in Millington and Tipton County for your physical therapy needs, from the elderly to your young athlete. Make sure you go to Dynamic Physical Therapy. And our number 10 team in this week's poll, the Brighton Saints, are back in at 3-3. They had to take on and travel to MUS this week. That's going to be a tough matchup, but as John said earlier, a big 42-6 win over Wooddale. Maybe they could be trending in the right direction. And number 9, those Arlington Tigers, 4-2. They got to go to take on Whitehaven. The Tigers have to come to them after they picked up a win over Cordova. Could the Tigers be trending in the right direction? The meat of their schedule is coming up, so we see how that winning record holds up. Number 8, Christian Brothers, also at 4-2. Brentwood Academy. That's a tough one. And they had trouble with Pierre, so Brentwood's going to be a very tough task for the brothers. Good luck. MUS comes in at number 7, also 4-2. Before I mentioned, they had to take on Briarcrest, coming off of their big win, 42-7 over Ridgeway. Number 6, and I think the best 4-2 team in our area, the Bartlett Panthers. But we're going to see how good they are. They have to go to Houston. Big matchup this week. Bartlett picked up a 47-21 win over White Station. Houston, they're on a roll. Bartlett, they look like they want to go on a roll. Whoever wins this game is going to get a leg up in that region, 8-6A. Now the top 5 for the Dynamic Power 10. At 4-1, the Covington Chargers. They had this past week off. They get ready to take on Dyersburg, and they got a little rest after their 42-7 win over Ripley. Number 4, they dropped down to number 4 in our poll. We still have them in the top 10. The Germantown Red Devils at 5-1. The big matchup with Collierville is coming up. Can they bounce back from that tough loss to Houston? And then, speaking of, number 3, the Houston Mustangs, 5-1. Maybe the best 5-1 team in our area and the best 5-1 team in the state of Tennessee could be. They get to prove that when they take on Bartlett this week. And our top 2, still undefeated, at 6-0, the Munford Cougars. They beat Dyer County 54-31. Now they got to take on their rivals, the Brighton Cardinals. I think all of Tipton County would be at Munford High School this week. The new field is going to be on display. The band is going to be rocking. Both bands are going to be rocking. They're awesome up there. It's going to be a great rivalry game. The Cardinals are 2-4, but they're going to see the Cougars across the way. They'll be ready. And at number 1, our defending champs at 6-0, the Collierville Dragons. They eked out a tough win at Whitehaven, 26-21, and it only gets tougher. Now Germantown's coming into their house, looking to bounce back, rebound, and get them back for the way they blanked them out last year in that tough game. So that's our Dynamic Power 10, and that's the JS Report for this week. And barring any more fall breaks, we should see you again next week.